I'm back. Now let's get it. Now let's get it. Now let's get it. 1, 2, microphone check. 1, 2. This Coffee and Donuts episode is just for you. All right, so I gotta wait a minute for them to come back on in here. Come bring your asses back in here, goddamn it. Now y'all can hear me. Yo. Now y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me now? Press number 7 if you can hear your boy. It's Hump Day Wednesday. Welcome to another episode of Coffee and Donuts for Grown-Ups. I am the grumpy OG, the Masters of Ceremony. Crush the Mickey freaking legend. Now y'all can hear me. You had some technical difficulties, so you know. We handled that, Hattie. Now we back at it. Salute to the Jab Queen in the building, always doing a tremendous job. If you're not sub to the Jab Queen, go sub to her. Awesome work. Keep doing your thing. Prize Fighter. Y'all make sure y'all check out my brother on Roll with the Punches podcast with the STN members, with D Free, my man BBO Sombrero, and the rest of the STN family. So make sure y'all check him out. He knows his sports. Man, so what's going on? Y'all see the title. And I'm waiting for a couple more people to get on back in here. But yeah, people are upset. This is why I always call these people the Fast and Furious, and they wind up being crash test dummies. I will drop the link. I got my brother in the building, Smoke. Man, I'm dropping a damn link. God damn it. I'm dropping a link. What up? Cause we got something to talk about. We got something to talk about. Come on in here. Don't be afraid. Y'all heard the Aaron Hall song, Don't Be Afraid. Yeah, cause everybody running him out. Crash test dummies. Now look at them. Fast and Furious, and they done crashed into the dummy wall again. See, it's called Mind Your Goddamn Business. I mean, it's called Mind Your Business. I don't care what these fighters do in their personal life. I just wish them the best and hope that they not doing any goofy-ish. I know about these fighters from boxing, not their personal life. Tay in the building, all hell the queen of MMA in New York State. We find out about these fighters by their profession, not by their personal lives. No one is goddamn perfect. But we already know it's always an attack on this man, regardless of what is consistent in the rumor mill. Because at the end of the day, what matters and what counts is that it got handled. Now, yes, he does need to do things a little better so he won't keep winding up in these situations. But does that mean that this man is out here really putting his hands on women? I never seen any evidence. Oh, smack this, he punched that. Where is the evidence? And then the woman, they turn around and they drop the charges. Because it'd be some bull-ish. But that's his problem. He got to worry about that. But once again, he done made y'all fools look like fools. Once again. So now we back to the same old thing all over again. Now, let's get to put and belt the ass. So now, what y'all gonna say? What do y'all have to say? Where the haters at? What do they have to say? Because right now, the only thing that matters is him getting in the ring and putting belt the ass. All this who he need to fight, this, that, and the other, shut up. Because if that's the case, and that should be with everybody. Because come on, boxing ain't really giving us fights that we really want. I told y'all last week the reason why, because your favorite fighters, they don't know how to hustle. They don't know how to hustle. It's called get to a damn dollar. And whatever dollar opportunity out there for you, you take it. All this extra ish. you don't get the demand and put a price on yourself until you put in that goddamn work. Until you put in that goddamn work. If you ain't been putting in work like that, it's given to you, because some people ain't getting no damn opportunities. So now we need to know what's going on next. I don't give a damn. I don't give it if it's Lamont. I don't give a damn who it is. But yeah, Lamont needs to get handled. Because the way he's been acting, I go off of energy and how people move. I don't know where y'all people come from. I don't know where y'all come from. And all this Lamont been doing the whole time don't sound like a damn man that thought he really won a damn fight. I don't give a damn if you had a 7-5. I don't give a damn what you had it for him. But if you look at his characteristics the whole time, come on. But y'all was going for it simply because Lamont Roach ain't the guy that y'all want to take Davis in the ring with. Well, you go talk to that other person, okay? You go talk to that other person. I keep on telling y'all, shut up. And I can tell none of y'all are good hustlers. Because the reason why your favorite so-called fighter that's the best in the weight class didn't make it happen because they don't know how to fucking hustle. If you know how to get to a dollar, you're going to get to a dollar. You ain't turning no dollar down. You're not. You ain't turning no dollar down. You can't put something in demand when you ain't in demand. D3 in the building. You cannot put something in demand when your ass ain't in demand. Forget the command, the demand. D3 in the building. What are we talking about? What are y'all going to say? What y'all going to, don't worry about it. Oh, Tank Davis going to wind up doing something else. Don't worry, he gonna crash and burn again. Oh, don't worry, he must have gave him some hush money. I know what y'all saying. You can think what you want, but the verdict is the goddamn verdict. It is what it is. The only thing that man needs to do is whatever's personally going on with him, he just needs to get rid of it. I don't know what it is, I don't care. I'm just speaking in general. He needs to handle that. So it won't interrupt his career. He has to make that decision. Not you, not me, and not nobody else. We don't run their career. You don't run Tank, I don't run Tank. You don't run your favorite fighter. Because if you ran your favorite fighter would have been made the fight happen with this man or whoever the hell else. But hopefully Tank Davis get right back to making freaking business so we can get some things over with. Because I'm getting tired of it. I'm growing gray hairs on stuff that I shouldn't be. Tell your favorite fighter to know how to be a businessman and don't be asking for this and asking for that and take what's on the goddamn table so they can go get their ass taxed. Simple and plain, this is how I feel. You can feel the total opposite. That is your freedom. But make it happen. And we gonna see what's what. Either your man gonna whip on his ass or he gonna whip on your man's ass. I'm pretty sure he's very more confident than your fighter is. I don't think the man is not unsure himself in the damn ring. I don't think that's the problem. We know they ain't the damn problem. Your favorite fighter and all these other fighters know that ain't the damn problem. We know that, but y'all want to keep running with it. Well, run y'all mouths and say I apologize, you moist meter asses. Assholes, may I add on. Now what? Kurt in the building, what's going on, Kurt? Now what? I know what they going to say. Well, he better fight this person. Oh, he out now. He better not duck Shakur. He better not duck Lamont. He still ain't fought no damn body. What y'all gonna keep saying the same old ish? Tell me something good. In the words of Shaka Khan. Tell me something good and tell me, do you like it? Because I know y'all don't like what I say. I don't tell you nothing, something good. I tell you what you need. I tell you what's good for you. And that's just the truth. And the fact that the man, y'all going to continue just putting hate on this man. He ain't did nothing to you mother effers personally. But y'all take it personal because he probably beat up somebody that you like. Or because your favorite fighter didn't get that paycheck. Because that's what I'm really starting to think with some of y'all who's not a Tank Davis fan. I think it's because you know that your favorite fighter gonna get a nice ass payday. Not saying he ain't, but who's the reason why the one that's gonna get paid? We already know, because most like your favorite, well, we know your favorite fighter ain't no damn cash cow. We don't need to talk about that. That's a discussion that don't need to be talked about because we know who the cash cows are. And it ain't many, it ain't even a damn handful. Maybe about a handful. Maybe 5. Maybe 3 between 5. And most likely, your favorite fighter ain't one of them. So stop being mad. That's what it's about. Y'all want them to get that payday. They want payday. They want payday. Get up on out of here. Who y'all think y'all be fooling? I keep on telling you, y'all ain't saying nothing slick to an oil spill. You ain't saying nothing tricky to a magician. Y'all ain't got game. If I could detect your game, you ain't got no damn game. You're exposed. What do you mean? Y'all some moist ass fans. That's why, for everything that this man get his personal matters right, so he can lock in, focus in, get in that mama mentality, and go do what he need to do for the rest of the remainder of his damn career. So he can make millions and probably whoop your favorite fighter's ass. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good day at the office for anybody that's able to do it. Now, your favorite fighter may not be doing that. Or when they get a chance, they should take it. But now what, y'all? Y'all help me out? What's next for Tank now? I won't know until Tank tell me. So I'm not gonna put nothing out there like these knuckleheads do. But now what? Haters. They really wanted them to get locked up. They wanted them to go back inside, y'all. They, because they was all happy when he was going for them little few months the last time. But leave their personal business alone. Let them handle that. They got to go through it. Worry about your favorite fighter. He might be the next one we talking about. Because they all do some goofy stuff. What's up, Red? They all do some goofy-ish. They all do. They young. They young. You got to expect them to do some goofy stuff. What do you mean? stay in the man's sport, but they need to man up though, right? But guess what? Them manning up in the sport ain't helping them man up outside the ring. And them manning up outside the ring ain't really helping them man up in the sport. You gotta already be like that. You already gotta be manned up. You already gotta be G'd up. You better be. You better be that so you won't have to try to become that. What they say, stay ready so you won't have to get ready. So they should come in already G'd up, manned up, inside and outside the ring. What are we talking about? I'm just saying in personal life outside the ring, carry yourself as a professional. Because we know about them because of their career. You dig? But what's next, y'all? Now that take is out, what's next? Somebody help me out this morning. Because I'm a little confused. Can one of y'all help me out this morning and tell me what the hell is next? Now what? What we doing? Is he still going to bullshit us and don't give us no fight? He going to make us wait another 4, 5, 6 months? What y'all think? He really going to bust that move? Oh, and for the ones talking to Jake Paul shit, I guess y'all ready to talk that. Oh, you know, you're going to fight Jake Paul. Shut up. Y'all know what the hell he's going to do. Now, it's okay to think or suggest, but to talk like you know what somebody's going to do, you don't. Be quiet. Sit back and enjoy the damn show. Get your popcorn and pop your tissue. Southern T in the building. Y'all make sure y'all check out my bro, Southern T, TSPN. You dig? Make sure you check him out. You know what I mean? Maybe Tia helped me out this morning. So Tizzle. So now that little red is out, now what, T? Tia tell me something. Now what, T? And T don't even mess with him like that. T used to mess with him. But T probably the only one that I can say that's on YouTube that really had a personal situation with the man. You know what I'm saying? He the only one. T, you know I'm a real dude. So you the only one out of the whole YT boxing community, period, that I could be like, okay, I can see where that's coming from. Because they actually had, you know what I mean? All the other jokers out here, they ain't never had no damn words with Tank. Tank ain't never spoke to these motherfuckers directly texting on these dudes for them to be all up in their goddamn feelings. But see, the ones that know that, yeah, y'all did have some damn words. See, they didn't get that. They didn't get that, Tizzle. See, I'm glad you came on. And I knew once you seen the title, you was going to come over because you got time. You see what I'm saying? So I'm glad you came on. Because this man right here, God damn it. This man is the only man on YT, like I said. She'll feel some personal way because dumb motherfuckers, and then I'm leave it at that. Hey, Kurt, I know he ain't fighting him. I know he ain't fighting, but this is what the jokers be saying. This is what they saying. So I'm waiting to see all the rumors that these moist meter crybabies is going to come up with right now. Because I ain't going to sit up here and spit like I know what's up because I don't know what's up. So I could just, point out on what I've seen and what I heard. But what I don't know, I'm not speaking on it like I know. That's what I'm saying, Tizzle. And man, if he's not fighting Rhodes, I don't care, or some bigger, not Paul or Manny. If Manny need to get the hell out of boxing. I'm tired of boxing. I'm tired of boxing with this boy-ish. Cause see, Manny old ass name wasn't even supposed to come up in this goddamn conversation. But because you whack ass, some of you whack ass content creators and casual knuckleheads and all that, y'all the reason why. They the reason why, Jab Queen. That's why they don't like me, because I speak the truth on these knuckleheads. And it's nothing personal. I don't dislike any of them, but they doing some nut ass shit. Word, he's fighting Manny though. If he's fighting Manny, I'ma go ride up on Tank Davis and I'ma kick him in his goddamn jaw. And then I'ma ride up on Manny Pacquiao and I'ma smack the dust out of his ass. He need to go sit his old ass down. None of these new fighters, I don't give a fuck who it is, needs a goddamn Manny Pacquiao on a resume. They don't need him. I know who you is, Kurt. Hey, Kurt, hey, nephew. I know you, nephew. I already know. Prize, I know you gonna laugh, Prize. Get shit. Damn it. Can't even enjoy my damn coffee talking about this nonsense. Damn sure don't need his ass. You damn right, Jab Queen. Huh? What are we talking about? Y'all, they just accept any damn thing. He back for the love. He back for some goddamn money. This shit. I ain't trying to hear none of that. For the love. If it was just for the love, he'd be doing it for free like some dude. Go in, go like how you play basketball. You just go play some pickup games. Man, go get you some light touches in. Yeah, you want to get back in the highlight and come in between this shit. This ain't your time, Manny, and all you whack asses. Y'all the reason why Manny back up in this shit. Instead of everybody coming together and saying, no, get him the fuck out of here. Now his old dusty ass is back. Get up on out of here with this nonsense. Tank Davis better not fight no damn Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao ain't good for no top goddamn fighter resume or even a journeyman, okay? He's not good for none of these motherfuckers. He's old enough to be most of these people father and grandfather. What are y'all talking about? Stop putting this bullshit into the boxing atmosphere. I'm tired of it. Manny needs to go sit down. Yeah, T, but my whole thing is, that's why I said these motherfuckers ain't no hustlers, man. Today's generation fighters ain't no damn hustlers. They could not be a salesman for my business at all. They suck. See, if today's fighters all mad the fuck up, they wouldn't have to worry about bringing in somebody from a whole nother fucking damn near 2 generations for them to make big fucking money. This is what I'm talking about. Today's boxing does not have a lot of superstars in it. Matter of fact, boxing really don't have a lot of stars. I need to cut it out with that too. Grumpy OG talk. Y'all need to cut it out with that shit too. It ain't that many stars. If it ain't that many superstars, then of course it ain't gonna be that many stars. He need to go handle that, roaching his emotional ass. Told you this generation of fighters is the Cotton Bowl. And I'm gonna keep saying it. Because the majority of them, most of the boxing population, they soft as fuck. When he took my milk and cookies. They all soft. It's a soft generation. Just look at them. They soft, man. 65. Like Pop said on Friday. 65. That's what they are. Get Manny Pacquiao ass up on out of here. That's why Barrios, they should ban Barrios for not handling that business. Barrios, you was supposed to get his ass up on out of there. He was supposed to receive another Ugas break beat down. Whoop a man ass. Built the ass and they said, I'll never want to go through this again for no amount of dollar. So Manny Pacquiao, take that fight. I'm shitting on it. I'm not supporting it. I'm not watching it. And Tank and his whole damn crew, the entire Baltimore is going to know how the fuck I feel about that bullshit. I ain't with it. I ain't with it. That's how I get down. I ain't with that shit. But people, it probably would be easier if we all just look at the sport for the main thing these fighters should be getting. And that's paid. Just doing the building. That's what we should be doing. That's all I care about. Y'all hear me say it time and time again. The only thing I care about with these fighters is them getting paid. That's it. Go get paid for whooping ass. You're getting paid to knock people upside the head and getting paid for getting knocked upside the head. I don't see nothing wrong with it. People get knocked upside the head for nothing. They getting knocked upside the head, getting beat up on and beating up on people for nothing. And probably gonna wind up with a gunshot wound in the dirt or in jail some damn where. So if you can get paid legally as a fucking profession doing this, then that's what you should be doing. And y'all gonna keep on supporting this shit. Where's the outrage from all the top content creators saying we don't need this shit? Man, I want to steal on Barrios, yo. I want to beat his ass. And I was one of the dudes like, stall him out, y'all. Prize. Am I telling the truth? I was one of the dudes like, stall him out. Need to install that motherfucking side of the damn wall. That's what need to do. We don't need that. These fighters don't need that. What they need to do is get shit lit in their time. But guess what? They can't. That's why we gonna keep talking about fights that's never gonna happen. That's why all these boxing, moist meat ass boxing fans that be pocket watching always gonna be whining about the amount that they made, who made the most and all that. I don't give a damn. They getting paid. They getting paid. Who this, Ja? Turn your camera on, bruh. I gotta see who you is before I let your ass up here. Turn your camera on before I let you up, Ja. I don't have a problem with you coming up. I gotta see your face. This what we gonna do. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, you gotta show your face, Ja. You gonna come up, bruh. B3, my God, what's up, B3? Mess with you, man. Thanks for putting the grumpy old G thing together for me and my partner CDK, man. I really appreciate that. Hey, Tiz, I'm tired of the nonsense, man. Somebody need to be whooping on Mario Barrios cream puff ass. And some old person just need to knock Manny Pacquiao outside there with a fucking cane and go tell him to sit his dusty ass down. Y'all want to keep saying these type of fights, these dusty ass, old ass, dinosaur, fossil ass motherfuckers. Fuck around and gonna have a heart attack. I don't want to see that. That shouldn't be a conversation. Manny Pacquiao mixed with any damn fighter of today. But Tank Davis need to do the right thing for him. That's all I can say. Either I'm agree with it or I'm not. And then if I don't agree with it, you're gonna hear about it. Just like you're gonna hear about it if I do agree. But right now I don't have nothing to go on. So I can't really dog him out. I can't dog him. He ain't give me a reason to yet. But once he does, I already know what's gonna happen. He listen, and I'ma get he gonna be like, man, I appreciate this guy as a fan. You motherfucking right. But we got some boxing coming up soon. We got some boxing this weekend. We got some boxing this weekend, though. We do. We got some boxing this weekend. How y'all feeling about this weekend's boxing? How y'all feel about this weekend's boxing? Make sure y'all be checking out P3 Picks and my man Southern, my brother Southern T. Check my bros out on which way to go with the bets. Both of these guys are awesome. They the only two I really listen to on here besides my girl Angie Wise. They the only three I listen to. All right, who we got up here? Who we got in the building? All right, y'all. Y'all, what's up, y'all?
What's good? What's up with you? Good morning, man. Good morning,
Oh, it's you,
nation.
John. I had to know it was you, man. It's you. You gotta watch these trolls and all that. What's
No,
poppin', man? What you want to pick on? What to add on to?
I just wanted to speak on what you were saying about the generation or whatever. Like, I agree with what you're saying, though. There's a lot of stuff, like, not a lot of hustle. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to balance it out, though. You got to balance it out. Cause the younger generation are product of their environment, of their upbringings. You know what I'm saying? The OGs got paid the way. A lot of younger people is just a product. OGs taking the game, and then that's what they born into. So it can't be just one sided. That's all I wanted to really speak on when it come to that. But I don't
Yeah,
disagree with it though.
right. Shout out to my man, Cam J Network. Shout out to Cam. What up, Cam? So Cam said, "Good morning, Crush." Tank versus the Roach rematch on the way October November. Yeah, see, this is a guy I can trust. Here go my brother B3 Picks in the building. My brother, what's up, B3?
What's good, fam? Salute to my brother Crush. How my audio
Hey,
coming through?
you sound good. Go in and cook. The stage is yours, bro.
I salute to John in the building. Nah, I just wanted to. I mean, I wanted to be real with you, Crush. I definitely kind of just jumped in, but you mentioned the fights this weekend, and did y'all know they putting Atama and White on pay per view?
No. What?
Yeah, man, it's a pay per view, and I thought they was it's in Saudi. I think they putting it under the moniker esports company or something like that. So it's not a ring event, but it's in Saudi, and yeah, it's gonna be on paper. It's gonna be pay per view. Hold on, let me pull up the zone real quick to see how much it costs. I think it's probably gonna be like $40. Let me check. But that's what I'm saying. That's gonna keep a lot of people from watching it. To be honest, Crush,
Mm-hmm.
nobody about to pay for Atama. But I mean, they got Ray Ford on there. But I mean, is that really pay per view worthy versus Nova?
No.
All right, so yeah, so it's let me see how much for. Yeah, this on the it's esports. Let me see how much it is real quick, just so I can have the full information for the people.
Salute the
Cool.
cast family. Uh, it's pay per view in the U.S. too?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
On
that's
the
wild.
zone.
Oh,
No.
it's on
The
the zone
zone
though.
is out of
Yeah,
pocket. Out of pocket,
100%. Yeah,
man.
they doing $50 pay per view for that junk.
Oh
That's the
nah.
word. But shout out to Nick Ball and them.
But you buy
Yeah.
the DAZN app, it's like what, $20 for the app, and you can
So
get.
let me say this. I know it's usually like I got in on a special, so I'm paying $14 a month right now. But they did go up, so it's between 25 and 30 a month. And then of course, you still got to buy the pay per views unless unless that card is included in the subscription. So yeah, I mean, of course, I had to buy the Ryan Rowley card and the Connor Ben Eubank. So I mean, the zone like Crush said, the zone got to tighten up because it's too expensive, man.
Yeah.
They tripping with that. They doing too much with pay per view. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I was done with pay per view after the last generation. I had the Floyd and Manny and Mike and all them.
Yeah.
Man, I'm done. And don't get me wrong. Most of those pay per views is freaking worth it. But man, they had no mercy. Once they knew that, hey man, we could get these numbers 70 and up a fight, a pay per view. Oh, they ain't had no mercy. Oh man, I mean, shit. Like, take it back to where I was able to see big fights, big matchups on motherfucking national television on Sundays, man.
Yeah.
I seen Ali fight, and it wasn't a pay per view, but it was a big ass fight. They doing too much. They done made enough money off the people, and they keep raping us, man. But we allowing it because any pay per view, they just put it up there, and people pay for it.
When Tyson fought Holyfield, was that pay-per-view?
Uh, I believe so.
I remember watching it. I was like 4 or 5 years old, watching it on one of them like them heavy box TVs. I don't feel like my
Yep.
peoples was able to get no pay-per-view back then.
Man, shoot, man, back then, man, with pay per view used to come on the old cable boxes, and you don't want to pay for the fight. This is before the Fire Stick, right? You used to take the top off of the box, and you put some foil in there, coin dog, and now you getting all the pay per view shit, the fights and all that. Yeah, man, listen, there's always a way around something. The mind is the strongest and best muscle on the damn body.
Yeah.
Not your triceps and all that bullshit. You better work that muscle that's inside your head, inside that skull. You better work that thing because we always find a way to get around that, man. So yeah, that's how it was back then, man. Chip box all day. Yes, we used to chip them up. Like, hold on, they trying to get us every weekend. Forget we got other bills to pay and all that, man. Shit. And even with Mike Tyson, some pay per views, man, the fight is over real quick. Like, damn, we ain't even might get motherfuckers out there 45 seconds, fucking minute. The fight is over. You walk to the kitchen to go get a beer, not mean, or get you some more buffalo wings or whatever the case may be. What happened? You hear everybody talk about, oh, what happened? You think it's a highlight moment? It's the highlight moment because it ain't gonna be another highlight after that. Fight over. What happened? I mean, he stressed and got him out of there. People was pissed off when Michael Spinks did that bullshit. Man, you know how much money people put together for pay per view party, a fight party, and all that. And Michael Spinks did that bullshit. People that went out spent hundreds of dollars on liquor and buy the food to cook it, or just a lot of money, and then damn, it's over just like that. It's worse than a quickie, man. It's worse than you saying man. I'm trying to get 30 minutes in. It should turn it to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It happens sometimes. Shit, we're human. It happen every damn man. We always ain't gonna be Superman, Iron Man, Mega Man, Aquaman, and all that bullshit. Don't try to do the bullshit, y'all, because We do real talk over here. D free in the
What
building.
what it do? What it do?
Hey man, coffee and donuts, man. It's good to have y'all guys up here with me, man. This is how I like to do it. What you got to add on, free?
Nah, there's a lot of people that's gonna be happy, and a lot of people gonna be mad that Tank Davis got off. I mean, there was a lot of people that was calling for this man to retire, be stripped, and he needs to be in jail. And then there was a lot of people that was hoping that he get off. So it's gonna be a mixture of a bunch of different feelings in YouTube again. I mean, you got the people that like Tank Davis, you got the people that hate Tank Davis, you got the people that just like boxing and say it's better when Tank Davis is in boxing. So, I mean, me personally, I have no personal feelings one way or another. I guess the young man didn't do what everything was claimed that he did because they refused to testify. They didn't even pick up the phone. So I mean, I don't know what happened, but the one thing we do know is he's back in the sport of boxing, and he need to get busy because there's still a lot of fights to be made. There's a lot of fights people want to see him in there with, so he got to get these fights taken care of because his career is running short.
Yeah,
Can I
I
speak
agree
on
with
that,
you.
Crush?
Yeah, go ahead, beef. The floor yours.
Now, and hopefully my audio coming through okay. But I just want to say this. I mean, I do care one way or another with the Tank situation because, be honest with you, he is one of my favorite athletes. He also is a role model, a black fighter who kind of a lot of people look up to. He's inspiring the youth. So for 100%, I feel like it's best that he kind of prioritizes his personal life, his mental health, his family situation. I think that should be priority over boxing. It's good to see that he's not behind bars. I think a lot of us kind of need more so grace and direction outside of kind of punishment. So I mean, like you saying, like Free said, they didn't kind of show up to the situation, but we knew that if it was on them, that they weren't going to mess with their financial resource and tank, and they're not going to mess up the money in a way that would kind of hurt the family. So I'm just it's like this though. I feel like as a people, we do have to. Um, Kind of hold each other accountable a little bit, in the sense that, yeah, we want to see Tank fight in boxing, but we also want to see Tank live a prosperous life after boxing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to see him uh, kind of continuously making the same mistakes that could end him up like the other boxer, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the one for Daho, the guy that did something that he couldn't return from. So that's what I'm saying. We need to make sure that we spreading a lot of love because you never know what these guys is going through mentally.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Plus,
agree with that.
don't drop. You want to add on, John?
I mean, as far as the tank situation, I don't really know. Like, it's not really my business. If you're not involved personally, it's hard to really speak on it. Like, you don't know what happened, or I don't even know. Really, it sounds like a domestic thing. So I feel like a lot of times, unless it's like somebody don't get seriously like injured or something, you ain't really gonna do a lot of time. And it looked like he got arrested, so he had to spend some time in jail probably. But I don't really care about that. I wanted to add on to like I do think the younger generation is the hustle thing though. Like I think a lot of fighters that's big name would be better as promoters, like because the way that they spin narratives and they be on social media. I feel like all of that energy can be invested into promoting fights and like bringing attention to the science of boxing and just using these narratives to like also bring the attention to it. Like, and you gonna talk all this junk on social media and create all these narratives. You could have like commercials or advertisements, and then that'll bring more. Like, you'll be able to make more money like that. But it seemed like it'd be more about like tearing another person down and stopping them from making money.
Yeah, yeah, I agree
Most
with you.
definitely.
Go ahead, D.
No, I was saying most definitely. I mean, the energy that they use to go back and forth on the internet, that could be energy used to building up their fights or building up their favorite fighter. I just don't understand. I mean, everybody said they love the sport, they want to big up the sport, but I hear people talk about these fighters that only puts down the sport. That don't build up the sport. If you talking bad about these fighters, that's not bigging up the sport. That's bringing down the sport. That's the same way if we was to go out and we basketball fans and we talking bad about every team. Oh, this team ain't this team ain't that. These people over here doing this, these people doing that. Nobody's gonna want to watch the basketball team. They're not gonna want to watch them. They're not gonna. That's the reason why basketball is starting to lose viewership now because the value of the basketball is going down because they're making it too easy. It's too easy to score points. People like a competitive atmosphere. They don't like it where it's easily a win on one side or the other. The same thing they trying to do that in football. The only thing is football is physical, so you can't really it can't really be that easy. But they trying to make it where is a flag football sport. So I mean, if you want to build up the sport, we shouldn't be talking all of the negativity that goes on in the sport. Because I hear more negativity and I don't hear nothing about the positive that these fighters
D
do.
Freak,
I hear all about the negative.
D Freak, you absolutely right about that.
Yo,
Boxing, but
yeah,
but you know why though? Because boxing has become like so few far in between having good fights. Now we got a couple good fights this weekend, right? But then you'll have a good fight, but they're not the major names, so it get flooded out a little bit. But like the major names are fighting so few far in between. It's a lot of you know downtime in between us really getting big fights as far as good talent and big names, right? That's why I respect, the guys who move the right way. You know, like I use Devin for example. I know he get a lot of hate, but man, you can't do shit but respect the way he move as far as boxing goes. Him being the name that he is, right? And the level of fights that he takes. Because most people at his level not consistently fighting guys like that. Whether we feel that they good or bad, those the guys at the top. You know what I mean? It ain't a whole lot of guys out here just fighting guys at the
That's a
top
great
of
point.
the name consistently.
yeah. At,
You know what I mean?
at the same token though, we talk about the big name fighters. The reason why they're big name fighters is because we constantly talking about them. If we constantly talk about these other guys when the quote unquote big name fighters are not fighting, they will soon become big name fighters. But nobody talks
Say
about
that
these
again,
other guys
D3.
the way we talk about them. Huh?
Say that part again, D3. One more
Yeah,
time
that's
for the
true.
people. What
No,
was that?
That's true.
we talk the big fighters are the big fighters because we constantly talk about them. But if we talk about these other guys, when these big fighters don't have anything going on, and we talk about these other guys, they will soon become the big name guys. They will soon become one of those big name guys as well. But nobody talks
Yeah,
about
we
them.
do need more people. Yeah, we need
Nobody.
more people talking about we need more people talking about the fights that we actually getting versus the shit that we not. It's basically
Right. Sound a little
like
choppy, T.
Even if you saying something negative too, like you could use that to still promote the fight and make money by creating a narrative. Like if they were saying something negative about Tank, they could say like, oh, basically like, don't you want to see Roach beat Tank and like teach him a lesson? And then I feel like the truth will come out to the light like that. Like when the one dude cheated against Kodo, it seemed like the narrative was like, oh, I'm sure everybody wanted to see his next fight because they wanted to see him lose or They want him to learn a lesson from cheating or whatever. Or if a guy like abusive to a woman, like if a guy abusive to another person's sister or something, she get her brother, and then he might want to teach him a lesson or something. Like you could use these narratives to actually generate more money and attention instead of just man like the narrative was more like, oh, Tank ain't gonna fight no more. It's over. Like forget about talking about boxing. And it would just like it just separate from boxing altogether. Like when the whole situation to even talk about it is because of boxing in the first place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But
real quick.
the one thing with this with the Tank. Now go ahead, Crush. But one thing with Tank though, he was kind of saying that he didn't want the top spot and he wanted to retire. So that's kind of he kind of threw the fans off with that. But go ahead, Crush.
Yeah, real quick. I like what D3 said and T added on to it. And shout out to a few content creators that do talk about the other fighters. And they constantly bring their names up. So shout out to them. Um we wouldn't really know about Abdullah Mason, but it's because he's coming up because we talking about him. We talk about Khalil Moulton. So we are the voice of boxing. We the ones that make this damn sport happen because mass
Jahad
media, old
Jahad
media,
Tucker is
doing
another young fighter that kind of grew up through the YouTube too. Jahad Tucker, one of our guys too.
it. So we are the driven force of boxing. So that's why I'm constantly on content creators putting out goofy shit, clickbaiting, worrying about things they shouldn't be worrying about. That's not helping the sport because we the ones that keep the sport alive. We're the reason why
Say
casuals
it
know
again,
about the
OG.
sport. We're the reason why the casuals know about the sport and the diehards. This is what I be talking about. So you can't be putting out this goofy stuff and clickbaiting and all this nonsense. We just as worse as old media when they was talking about the damn sport. We're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be the opposite, the guardians of the galaxy for these goddamn fighters that's making living off of getting punched upside the goddamn head. What are y'all doing?
Yeah. I mean, we say these promoters only want to put fighters on that's making money. Well, the way the fighters make money is about us talking about them and us watching them fight. If we're not watching them fight, we're not talking about them. They ain't making no money, so the promoters ain't gonna put them on. That's how these fighters get on. That's why when it's good to interview these young guys and when they coming into the sport to big their name up so people can know who these fighters are. So when they do get in a fight and you're like, oh man, I don't know who this dude is. Well, why? You follow boxing. Why you don't know who they are? Why don't you? You follow boxing. You claim you're a content creator for boxing. There's no reason why you shouldn't know who a fighter is, especially if the fight was announced months ago. You're supposed to do your research. That's part of your job as a content creator, as a boxing diehard. You're supposed to do your research and follow and find out about these guys and put out the information so the casuals can know about these guys.
Exactly.
Facts, D free.
Exactly.
The
Yup,
facts, D
fact.
free. Week to week, bro. It's new fights damn near every week. How many content creators you see actually speaking on stuff that's about to go down? You know what I mean? It's always
I hear
rinse,
you.
wash, and repeat. That's kind of why I fell off away from it a little bit because we talking about the same shit every fucking day. This shit get repetitive. Like, you know what I mean? It's more fighters than just, fucking, Earl Bud, Devin Tank, you know, Wilder, shit like that. It's more fighters. You know what I mean? Erickson Lubin about to fight the monster coming up pretty soon. You know what I mean? They on the purse bid. Their fight is on the purse bid. Real fights don't nobody want it because it's not a big profile fight. But those two are the best 154 pounders in the world about to fight. But don't nobody want to buy that goddamn fight. Don't nobody know about it. Don't nobody care about it. No demand for it. You know what I mean? Because we talking about the same
Yeah.
goddamn fighters every day.
Fact. Because
That
of
that I
fact.
mean that was that was one of the reasons why I started following Southern T because when I first got over to his channel, He was talking about fighters that everybody else wasn't talking about. He was talking
Yeah.
about guys that everybody else wasn't talking about. That's one of the reasons why I got with Champ Ross boxing fantasy, because he put fights on there that ain't nobody talking about. So it makes you do your research before you pick who you believe gonna win. It makes you do your research. So that's the type of things that we need to big up the sport. Us putting out all this negative is only hurting the sport. It's not bigging up the sport. Y'all said a lot of people talk about, oh, I love this sport. I want this sport around. I've been following this sport my whole life. Well, why are you only putting out the negativity? Why are you not putting out the good stuff? I mean, I hear people talk about, oh, Tank Davis got injured. I mean, Tank Davis did this with a female. He did that with a female. But I only heard people talk about Tank Davis rebuilding his neighborhood 2 days out of the entire week that he did it. I only heard him talk about it 2 days.
Yep.
I think it's because people be more concerned about how much money the fighters making than they is about what they doing, like the sport. Like in other sports, you'll pay attention to what the athlete is doing, like on the field or on the court. But with boxing, it'd be like simple, like, oh, if he got knocked out, or saying he ran, or just watching their pockets, like whatever they doing, just trying to pull a card.
Yeah.
And I feel like it'd be less of that if we got more boxing. Like y'all was saying earlier, the top guys really only fighting one time a year, possibly two.
Yep.
So it's a lot of inactivity. So as we know, with idle time, the mind wanders, right? So people go be talking and thinking about stuff that they ain't got no business thinking about or caring about. Like Crush be saying, like, why do y'all care about this fighter having more money than this fighter or selling more pay-per-views than that fighter? Only thing as a connoisseur of the sport we should be worried about is the best fighting the best. That's really all
That's
that
the
matter.
that's defense lawyer tactic, my brother. That's what they be doing. Like they say that when you be like, hey, bro, I want this fighter to fight. I want fighter A to fight fighter B. Well, fighter A call out the shots. He the A side, so the fighter B got to do whatever fighter A say. Well, you know what I mean? That's just a way. That's kind of a leverage thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why they throw this shit out there like that. Oh well, he A
100%.
side, so if he don't want, you know what I mean. But I feel like the A side person is the dude that make the fight. You know, but
And
I don't
this
know.
and this as the fans, it's our responsibility to press for the fight, because for me personally, and yeah, I came around to understanding that Devin, he was really a lot bigger than Tank. He grew to be bigger than Tank. But like before, like when the Rolly fight happened with Tank, and Tank was like he wanted to fight Devin. I was thinking that it was a good situation. Now, but see, time moves on. You got to move with the time. So now I don't want that fight. Personally, you see what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's too much of a weight disadvantage. So, but see, boxing is like it's a lot that goes into boxing, and it's hard for people to understand because if you think about it, a dude that's 5'9", 5'7", or whatever, that can make the same weight, a casual's gonna think that's a good fight. But somebody that understands the sport of boxing and follows it, we understand that these guys is cutting a lot of weight to fight at these weight classes. So I mean, I gotta ask you this, Crush. When you think about like the sport in present day, do you feel like are you concerned with the cutting of the weight and the guys fighting at lower weight classes?
Yeah, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I'm probably one of the very few guys that ran about what these fighters weigh in come fight night after they rehydrate. And a lot of times they hydrated outside the goddamn limit in the weight class. So that's not a lightweight bout. That's not two lightweights fighting. If two guys they made weight within the realm of that. But then fight night they coming in 147, 148, 143, 150 something. That's not two lightweights fighting. I don't like that. So Uh, a lot of guys cut weight because I feel as though they're not confident enough yet um to actually fight in a weight that's more natural for them to fight in. It's just how I feel. I always felt like that once I came to the understanding of it. So yeah, I don't like it. And the cutting the weight, it really works against the guys and more so than helping them. That's why when you see these guys, at some point we know when it's time for these guys to get out the weight class because they start looking not healthy, even though they may be. But that's the wear and tear, meaning it's time to move on. When they start looking dry and looking like goddamn the crypt keeper and Skeletor on crack. Can't that's not healthy. So that's telling you, this he grew out the weight class. But then if you do it too much, it'll catch up with you in your career. Maybe in a weight class or two later, when you finally get up into a weight class that you should have been fighting at. Uh, and then this is where you're supposed to be your strongest. But you spent all this time draining yourself. That takes a lot of energy away from you, people. And that don't mean because you're going to be able to put that right back in your body. It's not going to fight that off. It's
one
like
hundred
saying you're
percent.
going to quit it's like you're going to quit smoking cigarettes, but you haven't really quit smoking cigarettes. You start smoking, instead of smoking a pack, you're smoking a half a pack. But then you putting on the patch, but then you still smoking. This is what happens. So it will catch up with you. And where these guys, where people, oh, he's in his natural weight now. Oh, you're going to see his punching power. It's that and the other. What are y'all talking about? He killed it if he had any if he had any. He killed it by constantly staying in weight classes that his ass should have got the hell out of. Being there too long. It happens. Some people was able to escape that in a successful way. And some of them, it bit them on their ass. But just because you got away with it one time, it's still going to catch up with you later. Just like anything that everybody does. You do certain things to your body, putting certain things to your body over there, it's going to catch up with you. That goes for these goddamn athletes too. They still have a human body, y'all. Not pass. But y'all got
No, I agree. I agree with you 100% because the body get accustomed to doing my my bad. Can you hear me?
mm-hmm.
Can you? Oh yeah. So my bad. I got a call, but yeah, your body get accustomed to doing things a certain way. So when your body is accustomed to doing things a certain way, and you try to do something different, it's not going to react the way you want it to react because it's not used to doing it that way. It's used to doing it the way you've been doing it. So if you used to draining your body, eventually your body is saying, hold up, I'm not supposed to be drained like this. I'm supposed to take weight off this way and put weight back on this way. But you forcing me to take this weight off in a certain amount of time when I'm used to taking it off slowly, it's gonna react differently. And you're gonna have the effect of people looking weak and being vulnerable to getting knocked out when they normally wouldn't be. They normally will have a granite chin, but because they didn't drain their body, now their whole entire body is weak. So that granite chin is still granite, but the rest of his body ain't. The rest of his body is weak. So when he get caught, he gonna drop because the rest of his body is weak. So I mean, people just got to understand things are made to be done a certain way, and it's not something that you can change overnight. It's something that you have to do constantly in order for your body to um be adapted to it.
That's a fact. And let me ask y'all this: would Boots want to acclimate or one? Oh, that was the quote. Want to acclimate to 154 before jumping in there, possibly with one of the champions. I mean, we don't know who is available and things of that nature. I'm just asking y'all, from y'all perspective, do y'all think it is wise for guys to acclimate? And Virgil Ortiz, when he moved to 154, he acclimated. He fought Thomas Delorme, and I think he fought Frederick Lawson. So what do y'all think that was a lot overblown, and do y'all feel like it's a good idea for these guys to acclimate before they get in there with like my brother, I didn't catch his name, but he called Bakram the monster. I'm like, okay, he did look like a monster versus Zoo, but we do need a bigger sample size.
Go ahead, y'all can add on.
I think it is good for people to acclimate, but certain fighters like Boots, I feel like if people really, got a love for boxing, somebody like Boots, you feel like he might not need to, like, cause how good he is, he got a good amateur background. So like
Now
even like
he still got to get accustomed to fighting at that weight though. You know what I mean? He a great fighter, but he never fought at that weight before. You know what I
yeah,
mean? He
it's a
got
good
no.
idea to get acclimated to the weight though. But certain fighters like Boots, I believe he could, like I believe he if he could have got a top fighter like higher than the top 10, like top 5, then he would have took it because he know that he could, like he could do it. But
Yeah.
he basically said in a YSM interview like nobody was available except for the guy who took the fight. Like Lima took the fight, but nobody else was available. He was trying to get other fighters. But I
Yeah.
believe if he could have fought like anybody, I believe he could beat him right now because just the work he do in the gym, he probably spar with bigger guys a lot, and then he just got a long amateur background, and he got the skills to pay the bills as well. Like, so I don't feel like he really like somebody like him don't really need it, but it's just depending on how honest you want to be with yourself as a fighter, and then how honest your team is with you to just like what you're ready for. Like you could believe you could beat anybody, but like you gotta be realistic about it as well.
Yeah, I mean,
He want to know how
I
his
agree.
body. He want to know how his body
I
go
agree with that
react
a
to it.
little bit. I
That's some.
don't 100% agree that there was nobody else available. What I think it was the guy came a better guy, not a better guy as far as a fighter, but the money wise, it was a better opportunity that came through because they offered to fight the Rashidi Ellis, and Rashidi Ellis originally said no, but then he turned around and said, "Yeah, I take it." But they said it was too late because they got another guy to take the fight for less amount of money. So when you got a guy that's ranked in the top 10 in certain sanctioning bodies, and he's taking less money than a guy that's not ranked in the sanctioning body, they're like, even though it might be a more competitive fight, they're like, nah, we're gonna go with the cheaper guy. He's ranked and he's cheaper. We're gonna go ahead and go with him.
I think him taking a fight with the guy he taking it instead of Rashidi Ellis is even better because Rashidi really just recently moved up himself. I feel like this guy is more of a more genuine 154 pounder than Rashidi is. It's just more about Rashidi name and his flashy type of style to me than it is about the weight class.
I mean, yeah, I mean, but at the same time, Rashidi is one of his contemporaries. He's one of his contemporaries. That's a fight that a lot of people wanted to see for a while. They wanted to see him in there with Rashidi
And
Ellis. They wanted
Speedy
to see him in there
fucking
with
blew it, man.
Virgil Ortiz. They wanted to see him in there with both of those guys. So yeah,
He was
this
get,
guy might be more of a 154 pound fighter, but Rashidi has fought at 154 pounds. I think this last couple of fights was at 154. So it's not like Rashidi is moving up. He's been at 154 longer than Boots has been at 154.
But this
So
guy been there longer than Rashidi, and he bigger than Rashidi, and he bigger than Boots. Like
yeah,
Virgil
but
makes sense because Virgil been at 154, but Rashidi is more just about the name. And it's like Rashidi got skills, obviously. But like they could afford that 147 where Rashidi looked like he was like kind of chinny against somebody that Boots destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, but Rashidi, I mean, in that same fight, Rashidi was winning that fight. Rashidi just he gassed out at the end. He was winning that fight comfortably. He gassed out
Yeah,
at the end.
And
Um,
we
fucking
could see
blue.
what Boots could do, like on the pressure type of tip. So I feel like he getting gas with that guy that was not the same level as Boots. Like it would be ridiculous if he fighting Boots with that
no, but
pressure.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think that way, because it's one thing to fight a guy that doesn't have a lot of head movement and come straight forward. They don't know how to move around the ring. It's another thing to fight a guy with head movement that knows how to box around the ring. It's easier to hit a standing target. It's harder to hit a moving target. So when you got a guy in there that's moving, it's gonna now it doesn't say that Boots ain't gonna win. It will be more of a test for Boots because he's not used to fighting. Well, I ain't gonna say he's not used to fighting. Majority of his guys that he fought wasn't moving around like Speedy
I
Rasheed
think
Ellis. They didn't they
Boost.
didn't have the hand speed as
I think
Rasheed
with
Ellis
this guy,
either.
Boost trying to figure out if he can take the power, like how the shots go feel more so than if he could box. You
And
know, like Boost could out. I told y'all right after he beat Stanionis, right? I got Boost beating everybody from 147 to 160. So I feel like he could outbox anybody. I feel like he could just go in there and box with anybody skill wise and be able to be okay. I think what he want to know in this fight is, can I take this power at 154 before I jump in there with the top guys? But I think Boost then earned enough. The way he did Stanionis, I feel like he earned his right to get this
Now
one
I'm
fucking fight, and then and Verge don't even want to
the,
scrap no more. Though we need to be talking about Verge
yeah,
don't even want to
I was
scrap
talk, I
no more.
talk, I talked about that yesterday. I talked about that yesterday.
Man, don't
But
even want to fight no more.
the thing is, like you said, he wanted to test to see if he could take the power. That can be good if the guy can land a punch. Now, if the guy don't never land a punch, it
Now you
ain't
know at
you
some
you
point,
ain't.
D, you know how it go. You get a guy that's strong and slow, so you can decide when you want to test the power. You know what I'm saying? He could just, okay, I'm finna stand here a little bit and see. I'm finna
Yeah,
stand in here a little
no,
bit and
no,
see. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like when he fought Karen, right? Just want to compare Karen and Rashidi. Rashidi got more speed combinations, but I don't feel like he got more power than Karen. And I feel like the footwork, like dancing around the ring, they probably on the same level. And I feel like with Karen the first fight, I feel like with Karen in the first fight, Boots was pressuring him, and it wasn't like people looked at it like, oh, he wasn't good at cutting the ring off. I feel like he was purposely being reckless to get Karen to engage, and he still pitched a shutout. But then in the second fight, he was getting hit, and it was nothing like he damaged Karen. After the fight, you could see him like he was beat up. I feel like Rashidi, he would have wind up getting beat up the same way at 147. At 154, he might have a little bit more like
They
tolerance for
both
punishment,
they
but he
both
gonna
gonna
wind
lose,
up
but I
getting
think D
beat
Free
up.
saying Rashida is a better test skill wise. That what D Free said. They both not neither one of them gonna beat him. If we being honest,
I feel like the only difference Rashidi might
yeah,
land a little bit more ineffective punches, and that's it.
yeah. I
bro,
don't, I
It
don't
might
think,
I
be a
I don't
little
remember
think
bit
I
neither
was
more
one of them beat
pushing
him.
for that
entertaining.
Rashida and Boost fight, man. Ask Yoda, bro. I was pushing for that fight, and Rashida fucked it up the night of the. Y'all know we've been having real bad luck with them scheduled ahead fights too, by the way, right? But y'all remember Speedy and Boost was gonna fight the next fight when Speedy lost on that card. That was Boost card, remember? Speedy lost on Boost card that time. So
No,
we really supposed to saw this shit already. That particular, I still want to see it, especially if
no,
Rashid
that
go get his
wasn't that,
second
that
fight at
that
54.
wasn't that
That's
wasn't Boost
cool too.
card. That wasn't Boost card. That was Tank's
That
card.
wasn't
That
that
was
was Tank
Tank's
card.
card. Yeah, that was Tank's card. That was when they fought January 7th on Tank's card. They had Jawan Boots in it, Rashidi Ellis, and Boo Boo Andrade on that card.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I knew Boots on the card. Yeah, I knew Boots on the card. Yeah, yep. On the
And
same goddamn card though, he blew it.
I feel like Stanley Onis is going underrated just because how good Boost did versus him. Like that was a real good. He did really good. He was just fighting somebody that was even better. But
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of other people at 147 before Boots did what he just did to him, they have a tough time with standing on this. Like any of the top 147 fighters.
The narrative before that fight and after the fight were completely different narrative. Before that fight, Boots might lose this fight to Stanley Young. He fighting the real 147 after the fight. Well, Boots need to move up. that shit was crazy how that happened. I was like, damn, y'all just go switch the narrative on the man like that. But he moved up now though, so he moved up now though. So we here, goddamn.
I wanted to see Boots fight Lubin. Like I want to see that fight regardless, cause I just like Lubin. He like a throwback fighter, and he
Yep,
been
yep.
at 154 for so long, and
If
he'll
Lub
fight anybody. He'll
if
fight
Lubin get
anybody.
through, if Lubin get through, what's the boy name? Beckham. If Lubin
Bartram,
get through
Bartram.
Maserati, yeah, Beckham, Maserati, Maserati. If Boots get through him, I mean Boots. If Lubin get through him, it's gonna be hard to beat that man. Like if Lubin get through Mazda, what's the nigga name? Beck. If he get through Beckham, then him and Boots probably is the fight. But if I'm Lubin, if I be Beck, I want to fight Virgil, not necessarily Boots right after.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight, Lubin versus Virgil, and then I
He'll
hope
fuck
Lubin do
Virgil up.
keep doing good because it'll go to show it'll help boxing because you could take a loss and you could still be relevant in the sport and you could still come back from it. Cause Lubin had come back from like that damage that Fondora did on him early in his career fighting Charlo. Like he's
Yeah.
still coming back. All he need to do is just get another shot at a top
And y'all
fighter.
notice,
Like
and y'all notice every time, like he get another, but y'all notice every time he get a shot, it's a fucking monster. Charlo, fucking Fundora. Now he got to fight Beckham.
Yeah,
It's always a goddamn monster in front of Lubin, bro. That man he got some of the hardest title shots. Like I just
yeah,
think of people fights for people to get their straps, man. Lubin probably had the toughest fights to get a strap.
yeah. I agree. I agree with you on that. Yeah, that's
Yeah, he
facts.
underrated for sure. He'll throw back. He underrated
Yeah,
in his time.
yeah, he is. Get knocked out by Charlo, man. That kind of you know it shift things up for him. But he definitely you talk about a guy that gets in there with the smoke. He definitely gets in there with the smoke, man. He definitely does, and he continued to do it. And that's something that should be talked about when we talk about fighters having that type of energy. He's definitely one of the few that does. So yeah, and like D3 said earlier, we need to talk about these other fighters. That's something you always been doing since day one. You schooled a lot of us. You know that started out with CWT on this shit, bro. You know I'm gonna get the flowers where it should be given. That's facts. And shout out to T was hooking us on a whole lot of shit.
And
Uh,
y'all still my
and
and y'all still my people because I still fuck with the same people.
yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah. That's fam since day one, man. That's how I rock. Rock out with the
I,
real ones, man. You know.
I want to see more like fight analysis when it comes to the fight. Like back when HBO was big, what they do to promote the fight before the fight is like tell the story, whatever. Like they had a specials when it's a pay per view, telling people life and stuff. But they show different highlights from the fights and then compare styles and boxing ability, and it just raised the like general IQ of the public when it came to boxing. Like, so
Right.
like that's what I would like to see more, just all around from the fans and everything. Cause what brought that up is like Devin Haney. He got a lot of support and he get a lot of flack, but like the most thing I do respect Devin Haney for is how he kind of worked the business and get paid to do whatever, get that check. Like that's respectable because people gotta make a living. So that's the biggest thing I respect them for, just being able to maneuver the game like that. But I think partially like it's up to the fans to promote the fight in the way that they actually wanted to see it if it's not just about like gossip. then it'll take more fight analysis, like awareness of the science of boxing rather than just everything else. Cause it's not really, unless they hired for a fighter, it's not their job to worry about how much a fighter getting paid.
Yeah. Long
I
they
think
getting
it should
paid,
be
man.
separate. Everything be
Yeah, yeah,
mixed. Like everybody mixing into one. Like if you want to be on some promoter, you want to be a manager, like just separate. And most of it should be about the science of boxing, cause
yeah.
it'll let anybody know like, well, I might want to box. Like might not be the toughest person, but if you train your IQ, you train your body, you might get in there, and that it just builds your courage up and all of that. Like just overall, like that's what boxing is good for to me. Like self
Yeah.
esteem, fighting battles in life that don't got nothing to do with punching another person and stuff like that.
Facts, facts. Listen, man, we had to hold on, bring my brother back in real quick. Yeah, man. That was dope. That was dope. Uh listen, man, we at the hour and 20 mark. Y'all got any last words before we get up on out of here?
Appreciate y'all. Peace and blessings.
Hey, Ja, you know you welcome. Anytime I hit up, man. Anytime you want to come up and build, man, you're welcome at any time, bro. Thanks for coming up. Jizzle, what you got, bro?
What's good, man? I just saw you up here kicking shit. I said, let me come up here and kick shit with Yoda them one time. I like hearing like good boxing talk, not the same old rinse, wash and repeat. I know I get a good variety of boxing conversations up here, not just the same old. You know what I mean? Type deal. But yeah, I'm with you, man.
Yeah,
We do need to we do need to. It is he said it is up to the fans to push. Boxers into the prefaces of it. And you pay attention, I've been doing that shit, bro. Like, believe it or not, like I know shit like Conor Ben. Bro, in America, my nigga, I pushed him on YouTube. You know what I mean?
fact.
Believe it or not, like Tate Jones too with Brian Norman. But nigga, Brian Norman, years ago, I had a lot to do with pushing Brian Norman, you know what I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
on YouTube. Type deal.
yeah,
So it's Jahad Tucker too, you know what I mean? Erickson Luke.
yeah,
So I try to give credit to, you know, the throwback fighters or the fighters who actually it ain't about having an undefeated record. People get lost in that undefeated, and that's what fucked the game up. A lot of these dudes just want their
yeah,
record to be undefeated, and that's all they matter. They don't want to get memed or no shit like that. They worried about the image. It's a business to a lot of them, and if it's a business to you, then it's a business to you. But it's up to the fans to be able to recognize that. So you know the certain people are fighting because they really love boxing. They want to be the best ever, right? And some people fight, because it's a means to an end. It pay the bills. So it's up to the fans to be able to decipher the two. You know what I mean? We go give the credit where it's due. If you set out to be the richest nigga in boxing, I can respect it. If you honest about it, if you set out to be the greatest boxer, I can respect that even more because you love the same sport that I love, the sport that I attempted to do early in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of respect for a lot of these dudes. You know what I mean? I
you
didn't fold
always
in
did.
I didn't fold in street tournaments as a lot of these niggas' favorite fighters. Believe it or not,
Yeah, I
sparring
know
wars and
firsthand.
shit, dog houses and shit. I was in the field of them bitches.
Yeah, yeah. Tell everybody where they can catch you, T.
Man, y'all can catch me over on YouTube. Y'all just hit that subscription button, man. Southern T, boxing, MMA, and sports. If it's a sport, I'm talking about it. You know what I mean? Combat is, my specialty. Combat sports, boxing, MMA. You know.
Yeah, yep. That's where it started with me. Far as with the boxing, man. Right there with my man T. Schooling us, putting us down with a whole lot of fighters. Also, shout out to my man Fizzle, my man G5 Gabe, also playing a part in that too, man. And D Free. They don't understand where it started from, man. But I appreciate you having me, bro. You coming on here with me. I'll come over with it, shit. Anytime, Tizzle. Still my bro since day one. Keep doing that TSPN thing. One of the best channels to watch when it comes to sports overall. Y'all talking about ESPN. Check out my brother Southern T. He will give you information on all sports, definitely all combat sports. Who the now, the past, and who's next. So shout out to T
Mhm.
for that. This been another dope episode of Coffee Donuts for grown-ups. It wouldn't have been dope without you guys coming on, listening to me do my thing, and y'all coming to do y'all thing. So salute to everybody in the building. Our star guest list, or should I say family, because that's what y'all are to me. And that's how we gonna keep doing it. So matter of fact, I think my man Just Do uh is going live right now. So Just Do doing some morning stuff. So go over there and check out Just Do. And 2 o'clock, check out Uncle Kaz, man, giving y'all that boxing history. Dude probably gonna come on later on tonight. But make sure you check out the STM brothers at 8 p.m. with BVO, my brother Prize Fighter, D Free, Wine, and the rest of the STM family. And of course, at nighttime, get ready for Dub, Right Side, coming on with the night show to tuck your ass in. And then you never know. The grumpy OG might sneak up on y'all like stealth mode and give y'all a little cook. So with that being said, y'all have a great Hump Day Wednesday. Check out my man Southern T, B3 Sports, and Angie Wise for all your best knowledge of which way to win some money in these sports. Those three are the three the hard way. They're the best on here when it comes to that. That being said, salute to everybody. I will see you guys later. Peace.